Hello, my friends, and welcome back to PlayStation Livecast. We are still here at E3 2015, and I am joined by Sam from Co-op. Hello, sir.
Hi.
Thank you for joining us today. We are
you.
talking about GNOG, which
Yeah.
is the best title for a game in a
the
long
weirdest
time.
title.
It is a weird title. It doesn't stand for anything, right? Or does it? And
no,
you can't
it's
tell
a
us.
completely created names. I
love
sort
it.
of like creating weird names like that.
Dude, I love it. Well, I'm really glad you could be here from representing Co-op. So tell me a little bit about it. It is a little experimental.
Yeah,
and we can get into that
it's a bit
soon,
weird.
but
Yeah.
go for it, man.
So yeah, GNOG is about those giant monster heads that you play with. So each one of those heads is a level, and it has a little puzzle inside of it. So you just like press things, move things around, and play with it. It's like a little toy.
So to reiterate, giant monster heads that have worlds inside them. That is the premise of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I was trying to wrap my mind around this when I saw it before the show, I kind of thought of it as like, and it's an experiential, like it's being developed in coordination with Project Morpheus, so it'll have Project Morpheus support.
You're gonna have like heads looking at you all around you.
It's going to be really awesome, but it's an experiential sort of puzzle game, but it also has like a soft narrative to it too, because you guys are able to kind of tell stories with the art, right?
Yeah. So yeah, there's gonna be a little character like the ghost that you see at the beginning, and you're gonna learn about him throughout the game. So each one of the heads is like something related to the character. There's not much in the demo now, but it's gonna be
So I gotta know, giant monster heads with worlds inside them. Where did that idea come from?
I'm really a big fan of like physical toys. I've been inspired by Polly Pocket toys or Mighty Max. It's the boy version. So little micro worlds that you can like bring in your pocket. And, like, I really like discovering them. Like there's little objects hidden inside of them. So yeah, I'm really a fan of this, and I wanted to make like a game about that.
And you guys are a really small team, so
yeah,
that's
we're 4
amazing
people.
And so the thing is, even though you're only 4 people, you've made a game that has like really high visual fidelity. Like it's immediately eye-catching, right? It's beautiful. It's weird,
Thanks.
as discussed. But it's also kind of touching. It's kind of sweet in a way. Like it feels very comfortable.
Yeah,
like when I first played it, I kind of felt a sense of ease because there's no like, unless this happens later, there's no giant timer in the corner counting you down.
No, there's not gonna be score. You're not gonna die. I come from a 2D illustration world, graphic design, and I really like slick-looking, super simple visuals, not aggressive. I like colorful worlds. It's a really smooth experience.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, we have to talk about Project Morpheus a little bit. I don't know if you can speak to it in detail or not, but what's it like developing for that platform?
We're just about to start experimenting with it. So we have a few ideas.
Maybe we'll remove that question.
But
but it's something you guys are interested in, right?
Yeah, definitely. We've made things for VR before. We experimented a lot with it. So we're really excited to bring GNOG to Morpheus.
So how do you guys mix sort of the interaction that players are having with these worlds, right? The art that you and your team have created, and then the sound as well, I thought played a really important part, because when you mesh all those together, I mean, that's classic video game formula, so.
Yeah, Ramsey is our composer, and he uses those heads as musical instruments. So each one of the pieces in the game makes a different sound, and as you solve little puzzle, layers adds up. So sounds is really important in GNOG. It's really like a big interactive music box.
Yeah, and I mean, how would you compare it to maybe other games of that type where they mix like, gameplay with sound and stuff? I mean,
obviously, Hook'em is a big inspiration for us.
Absolutely.
We really like how they've used the sounds.
Make a soundscape.
Yeah,
absolutely. Now, do each of the different heads are pretty much different, right? So you're kind of, I don't want to call them levels because that's a bit traditional, but they're kind of self-contained, but then at the same time, when I was playing this demo before E3, spoilers, I played it before E3, I hope that's okay. They're all kind of connected. It felt like you were kind of going in and out of these different worlds. I mean, how did you guys develop that?
So each level, if we want to call it that, is like as a theme.
Or each head.
Yeah, each head has a theme. There's main heads.
Okay.
So there's the ocean head, there's the bug head, there's like multiple heads, and each one of them has connection to smaller heads. and you need to find a relation between them. So if you play on a small head, you're gonna see some changes appearing on the main head.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that's how we design the world. It's like a big web of those heads connecting together.
So if you don't mind kind of peeling back the curtain a little bit and sharing, when you guys, like say you sit down, you're like, okay, we want to design one of the new heads for the game. Where does it start? Does it start with like a concept that you draw? Does it start with like, we want to convey this feeling or this elements, and then you guys go in from there?
Yeah, I usually start with a illustration.
So everything starts with one of your illustrations?
Yeah, in
pretty
2D.
Much. Yeah,
I
in 2D.
just draw, I concept out things that I want to see, things that I like moods that I like and stuff like that. And after that, we think about interaction that could be cool in that sort of theme. So,
okay.
And then we gray box it in Unity, and we move things around, and we try it if it's cool or not, and then it goes into the game if we think it's cool.
And then we just dump it in there if it's good.
Yeah.
So what's it like working with DualShock 4 then? Because it's kind of, you know, as we're seeing, you kind of point and click and like grab and pull, and it's very, what's the word, tactile, even though you're all interfacing digitally. How do you guys work with that?
It's a bit complicated now. Like, we want to make, there's no tutorial yet in the demo, but we want to make it obvious that you need to drag things with the joystick.
Yeah.
We really like the controller and how we can...
Thank you.
Like, yeah. It feels great in the hands. And so we wanted to, like, you drag stuff with the joystick and move things around. So that's basically your main interaction, like X and the joystick. And now the problem is, like, we have a bit of a difficulty learning, like showing it to the player.
Interesting.
How to interact with it.
Teach.
Some people get it, some people don't. But we're working on a level where it's going to be obvious what you need to do, and then you go in the game.
So what do you want players to take away from GNOG after they've either played even just a small part of it, or the whole experience when it eventually comes out? Like, what are you guys looking to do with your player interaction?
I sort of want people just to enjoy a fun, calm experience, just like having their inner children pop, like just being...
Just explode out of their head.
Yeah. Just enjoying like a really simple moment and like being surrounded by sounds, and I think a really simple, calm experience is what I want people to experience.
I'm feeling it. I'm already relaxed just talking to you, even though there's all these cameras and lights everywhere. So before we end, I want to give you a chance. Did we cover everything? Is there anything else that's really important about GNOG that you want to convey to our audience?
I think that's pretty much it. We covered a lot of things. Yeah.
We did cover a lot of things.
Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah.
Okay. And GNOG is coming to PS4. I don't think you guys have announced a date yet, but you are working on it next year at some time.
We don't know when, but it's going to be next year.
Take your time. More important for you guys to be proud of it, right? Well, thank you so much for coming on with me.
Thank you for having me.
Sharing it with the world.
PlayStation.